Reddit did to do and welcome into more important issues. It is Sunday, September 29th. The last day of stress-free football for a week is now over.
Yep.
Now you get to tell yourself that we're not going to win until you eventually convince yourself we are going to win.
Or we have a chance.
Or we have that. That's probably the better way to put that. We have a chance. So enjoy this last day off from that, because come tomorrow, you're in it. You're in this vicious cycle. So just get ready for it. Don't tell me you weren't warned. I just warned you.
It will be 3-0 at the tailgate.
We'll be 3-0. That's absolutely right. Absolutely right. That's we're gonna control what we can control.
Yeah.
Take care of our business, and the rest of the pieces, they'll fall into place. Maybe.
We'll see.
I mean, we know where they'll fall.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So that's all good. Before we jump into this episode, I've got to tell you guys about MyBookie. If you found $100 on the street, would you pick it up or keep walking? Of course you take the money. So why do you keep picking winners and not betting on them? That's why I go to MyBookie. It's fast, it's easy, and they pay when you win. Let's face it, where you're betting is just as important as who you're betting on. I wouldn't be telling you guys to bet with them if they weren't the best. Do the smart thing. If you're going to bet this football season, bet with MyBookie. Did you know you can bet on games after kickoff? If by the second half it looks like your bet is going to lose, you can always just take the other side. If you're the kind of guy that likes to bet a little and win a lot, try a parlay. If all your picks come through, you'll multiply your winnings, and no matter how you bet, the NFL season is the best time of the year. Join now, and MyBookie will double your first deposit. Only if you use the promo code CHAIR to activate the offer. That's promo code CHAIR. Visit mybookie.ag today. You play, you win, you get paid. Go check them out, guys. Great people, great friends of the pod.
Awesome guys.
Awesome. I didn't bet on any NFL games today. I should have, but I didn't.
So I asked my wife today.
Smarter done.
I was like, "Hey, do you think I should start betting on football?" She's like, "With your luck with sports, absolutely not."
That's fair. That's fair. You could always just bet against the Vols and be happy.
Yeah, so that's what I told her. I was like, if I was gonna bet, I would never bet on the team I actually wanted to win.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I try not to bet on Tennessee. I've done it a few times, and it's never worked out in favor. And I've even bet against Tennessee, and then we win, or if I bet against Tennessee, we cover the spread, and it's it just never works out in my favor, regardless of what side of the Tennessee I'm on.
Yeah.
But if we win, I'm happy, so that's good. But other than that, it never works out on my side. Ever.
Right.
That's just the way it goes. I did bet on Alabama, and that hits. That was cool. I did bet this weekend, just not today. So
Alabama will always cover the spread.
Yeah, it was for a minute there in the first quarter. I thought, so Alabama scores a touchdown very quickly, right? Then Ole Miss fires back, and I was like, what is going to happen here? Because you said it last night, Ole Miss always plays Alabama close.
Yeah.
I guess we'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Tennessee football. The little Tennessee football that we've encountered this week, there's obviously not much. It's just practice. We discussed a little bit about, we talked about the quarterback situation and what that looks like, because it looked like a lot of quarterbacks were getting reps, not just JG was getting the first team reps. Several were. And then you even had whatever the heck fun reps are. Juwan Jennings taking fun reps.
Fun reps.
I'm all about having fun. I'm all about having fun. Now, I have fun winning, so I'm really all about winning.
Yeah, are those winning reps?
Yeah. Because that's the only way I'm really having fun playing sports, is if I'm winning.
Right. So that's what I feel like. That's how Pruitt is too. So if he's getting fun reps, he's getting winning reps. So that means we're gonna win.
I like it.
If Juwan Jennings is quarterback, that's what I'm getting from it.
The logic checks out.
Yeah,
the logic checks out for sure. It's been a good quiet week. That's always good when your bye weeks are quiet. You don't want them to be too eventful. I am curious to see how the quarterback situation plays out. Let me ask you this. Did you see the video of... People said it was before the game. I think it was at halftime.
I think it was too.
Because if you look, it looks like there's people out in blue warming up on the field.
I think it was at halftime.
It looked like it was at halftime. I was looking for grass stains and stuff on players, and I couldn't tell. But just the mood. Jeremy Pruitt's getting interviewed as he comes out. He doesn't lead the team out. It looks like halftime.
Yeah.
But still, what are your thoughts on that? You even saw JG, to credit to him, because we talked about sometimes his body language isn't the best, but he at least did fist bump Brian Maurer. So what are your thoughts on like
I mean, looking at it at just about JG, I don't think it really changes of anything. But as far as Brian Maurer, that makes me excited to see kind of where he's at.
Yeah, like the fact that he was, I assume, just told he was starting, and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to go lead the team out the tunnel. Like, that's like,
let's get it.
Yeah, that's like, get on my back. Well, let's go. So I liked it.
Yeah,
I did.
I enjoyed that.
I think it was at halftime. I agree. I could be wrong. I could be. It's just, it didn't look like a pregame entrance. So,
no.
At all.
Yeah, I definitely think it was at halftime. But yeah, it made me excited that, you know, he wasn't scared to death that he was just standing in the back.
Right. And I agree with what you said, too. I mean, there's no knock on JG. Like, he shouldn't be expected to lead the team out there because
I mean,
quarterback.
I feel like the only person in this world that is going to be okay with benching, maybe not okay, but just like would be at the front of the line cheering on your team, and that's Jalen Hurts. And that's just because he's just made differently.
He is. He's a very different dude. And, I mean, yeah, that – I hate that I kind of root for him because he's a Bammer.
You're right.
Yeah. I kind of – but, you know, back of the head, I'm sitting here rooting for him, hoping he gets a nice draft stock coming out of Oklahoma. What team news do you have? Because, I mean, there's – thankfully, again, we weren't robbing pilots this week.
Right.
It's a good week.
Right. I feel like we didn't lose the bye week.
We did not lose the bye week this week. I remember Butch Jones last year. No, 2016. We lost the bye week. We had like 3 guys get injured in the bye week.
Yeah. The media didn't really meet, or they got to visit practice on Wednesday, but I think that was the last day that they actually got to until this week. But Gerard Means was back at practice.
Yep.
That's a good sign. Will Ignont made it official that he is done. He's no longer with the team. Or Jeremy Pruitt made it official that Will Ignont was no longer with the team.
We knew about everybody except Means and who else on Wednesday? There's someone else we weren't sure about yet.
Mincy was one. I don't know for sure if he's practicing.
Still don't know about Mincy.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay. I haven't got a confirmation that he was at practice.
So that's the only thing that's changed though since Wednesday is that since we last talked about it was Means is now officially practicing.
Yeah, I haven't heard that.
If he's leaving the program, he's not left yet.
It's not. Yeah, it's not made official. No.
So, but other than that, that was I guess kind of a shock at the beginning of the week was what we first thought 5 guys leaving.
Yeah.
Right now it's down to 4, right? Down to 3. Could be 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the most stuff, but
there's probably going to be more.
Probably, yeah. Especially guys that weren't recruited here by Pruitt, which is what we talked about. So.
Yeah, and I've kind of went back and forth with this. You know, I hate that there is a divide between that because I feel like, you know, there's a lot of guys that Butch recruited here that are making plays this year too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you've had to rely on, like, Theo Jackson is the highest rated defensive player that we've graded out defensive player this year.
Interesting.
And he wasn't even going to start.
Right.
But he came in and he's made the most of his opportunity. Darrell Taylor was a Butch Jones guy.
Yeah.
Callaway, Jennings, they were all Butch Jones guys. You know, those guys are Trey Smith, Ty Chandler.
There's several guys that are definitely, even though they're Butch Jones guys, you don't want to lose them. They're playmakers. I mean,
yeah. So I don't want a huge divide, but you do see a difference in kind of like who's bought in and who's not.
Right.
And there's some Butch Jones guys that are bought in, but I still feel like there's some that aren't, and I feel like he's weeding them out slowly but surely.
And that's what I mean. It's not a terrible thing that you're losing Butch Jones guys. If we lost 5 guys that Pruitt recruited, you start raising some big questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
But not so much. I mean, there's definitely still questions there. Not so many questions though, since it's Butch Jones guys. So
that's why I feel like it was so weird when Florida lost all those recruits and stuff. And there was a lot of different factors that went into all those, but still, like, he was losing guys that he just recruited a couple months ago to come there.
Very strange. There was a lot going on down there, too, though. I think that Mullen didn't have control over.
Yeah.
And not so much like that, and I mean that like it wasn't even really his fault that some of that stuff was happening.
Yeah.
So, I'm still not convinced Florida's a great team.
No.
You mentioned the
We made them look a lot better than they actually.
We'll talk about it on Wednesday too when we preview college football. But you talked about the Auburn game. That will be interesting.
Yeah.
So definitely be curious to see. I don't know if I'm convinced about Auburn yet either though. I don't know if I'm convinced about them.
No.
They look good at times. I don't know the score.
I think
good
they
against
are
NC
a
State.
good football team. I don't think they are a playoff contender.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's definitely true. So I had this question posed. I know this is like, I'm sorry, we just go off on tangents here. I had this question posed. I think it was Adam maybe that asked me this. What happens if LSU, Alabama,
he asked me this
and
question
Georgia are one-loss teams?
I mean,
and there's no outright undefeated conference champions. What happens?
I feel like, first of all, if it's whoever wins a conference is definitely in.
Right, no, that's for sure.
So if
it
it's
be
Georgia and LSU that are the other two, they have lost to Alabama. It's the way you lost and probably when it came in the season.
which both will be at the end. LSU plays week 9, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean they'll probably be if that's their only loss, they'll probably be right under there. And then if whoever wins the conference championship, then that team has to drop. You would think, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I wouldn't be in that position, but
here's the bottom line: you can't put 3 SEC teams in.
No.
But man, I hope that happens just to see the chaos.
I mean, I think they have an argument to be 3 of the best teams in the three
absolutely,
of the 4.
absolutely. So I'm very curious to see what happens.
Yep.
And then if we're wrong about Auburn, they might be in that conversation. They couldn't. Not all of those 3 West teams could be one-loss teams, but I guess they could beat each other, and then beat Georgia in the conference championship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Georgia plays Auburn, so that wouldn't be possible. So somebody's 2 loss in there, but it would be interesting though to see 3 West teams 1 loss, maybe a 1-loss Georgia team wins the SEC championship or something, and now you're talking.
But then you think
it'd be
so
crazy.
if those two both lost to Alabama, you probably put one of them in. But then, do you put them over a 1-loss Pac-12 champion?
Here's what's wild too: is would Georgia have more of a better resume to get in if they made the championship game and lost to Bama there?
Yeah, I mean,
And
that's something you have to look at.
And you got to argue that, why does Georgia playing in a weaker conference or a weaker division give them the nod over LSU, who lost to the same common opponent? It'd be interesting. It would be interesting.
Well, let me ask you this: what if LSU somehow knocks off Alabama?
Yeah.
And LSU goes to the championship, loses to Georgia, so Georgia's in.
Georgia's in. I feel
So it's LSU and Alabama. Which one do you take LSU because they won head to head?
yeah, I would. In
So
that scenario.
Alabama is out.
If that scenario plays out, Alabama's out. Yeah.
Oh, that
if
sucks.
that's a scenario.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Because what if they lose on a last second?
Kick 6.
Yeah, kick 6.
Yeah, they didn't go to the national championship because of that.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, because that was the year Auburn went with Trey Mason and Nick Marshall. Yeah, Auburn.
Okay.
Because they were just destined to win. They won another game off at tip pass.
The Georgia game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was one. Well, that was what was funny about the 2016 season. I was like, this feels like a championship season. And they were like, we're not good enough. And I was like, I don't disagree with you.
Was that Florida State's year that they won it?
Maybe. I can't remember. The kick 6 was 2013, 14?
So I think that was Florida State.
It's 2014. It's 2014. It's kick 6. Maybe. You can look that up. Yeah. I just remember Chad telling us he was on the field for that because he was in the recruit section.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Where was I going with the... Yeah, but the 2016 team, after the Georgia game, I was like, this just feels like a championship year. Like, everything is going right. Because you had the App State fumble that we recovered for a touchdown. Is that what happened? In the end zone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just, felt right.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel like we were necessarily good enough, but it felt right.
Yeah.
So, but we all know how that ended.
I don't know. I mean, I'm...
Pretty much the complete opposite of a national championship.
Yeah.
As close as you can beat a national championship and then get it flipped around on you. That's what happened in 16.
It sucks.
Yeah. So.
It was going too perfect.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You roll into Texas A&M and... Yeah. No, it was. It was too perfect. Sorry, I just got off on a tangent there. Any other team news before we jump and talk about recruiting news? Anything else you want to...
Not really. So somebody asked me this at work, and they're like, so do you think this team turns a corner? And I was like, that's an interesting question. Do I think they get a lot better? I don't know.
Yeah.
maybe not, but I feel like there is one game where at least we get hope. I feel like there's at least one game like the Auburn game.
There's an Auburn or Kentucky in there.
Yeah,
I agree. What does make me say no, like flat out no, like it's just going to be a sucky season, is that there's not a good game on the schedule to turn the corner. You go from a bye week to Georgia and a bye week to Alabama, right? Yeah, bye week to Alabama. No, not bye week to Alabama.
No.
Sorry, bye week to
South Carolina.
Is it South Carolina? So maybe that is it. I was thinking it was a tougher opponent, but you don't.
Maybe it's the week after South Carolina.
Maybe I can't remember. If y'all know it off the top of your head, but there's just nowhere on the schedule that I think is a great place to turn it around.
No, I mean, one thing
that makes it tough.
I thought of South Carolina off the top of my head, just because you have that curse to Muschamp. You prove that you beat that. Hopefully, that gives you some confidence that you've turned the corner somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, if Brian Maurer, JT Stroud, or even JG, if any of them come out and just play decent, just don't turn the ball over, take some shots downfield, I feel like you win a game you're not supposed to.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's chances to win it. I like what you said. Chances to kind of see hope. I'm just not convinced we turn it completely around.
Oh no, I'm not either. No.
You're not going to finish the season probably bowl eligible.
Yeah, I mean your offense is going to have to do a complete turnaround.
If we play UCF in, was it the Birmingham Bowl? Is that what it was?
Yeah, something.
If we play UCF in the Birmingham Bowl, is that the national championship?
Basically.
Okay. So we have a chance to win the national championship.
I mean, I'll go.
Have you been to Birmingham?
I've been to Mobile, which is worse.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So imagine, going from, Pigeon Forge to Gatlinburg. That's like going from Mobile to Birmingham.
Pigeon Forge to Gatlinburg?
You think Pigeon Forge is worse than Gatlinburg? I do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's your comparison right there. That's.
I'd rather be
different
like Pigeon Forge than Sevierville, though.
I feel like they're the same, but yeah.
A lot of people. Picky on Forgay. I'll never forget. I was working at Dollywood, and this guy came up to me. He was like, "Hey, so how do I get to Piggy on Forgay?"
He said that?
Yeah, I was like, number one.
How did you decipher that? Because of the context of the conversation, I realized what you were saying.
Well, so it took me a second. I was like, Piggy on Forgay. Spell it, use it in a sentence. What's the language of origin, please? And he's like, how do I get there? I was like, number one, you're here.
Welcome.
Yeah, congrats. And number two, it's Pigeon Forge.
How do you mess up pigeon?
Yeah, it's that's a normal
forge.
word.
How do you mess up either?
Those are two normal words that you tried to make it into something it's not.
I'm gonna Canoxavile. That's insane.
Yeah.
Stupidity is truly an epidemic.
Absolutely.
It is truly an epidemic.
So it is after. That doesn't seem right. Yeah, so it's after Mississippi State. We have another bye.
We have another bye for Mississippi State?
Yeah, so before South Carolina.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Got it. Interesting. What a way for those to fall. It's very weird. Yeah. So maybe Mississippi State could be a turning. Maybe Mississippi State could, if that's a turning point, that's huge. Maybe get an upset win, a good win. Maybe go into South Carolina, have a chance at a win. We talked about that. I think both of those are winnable games. Maybe not for this team, but they're certainly winnable for most teams.
Yeah, I mean, I think Georgia, Alabama. There's not anybody after those two teams that have impressed me enough where I don't think we could compete.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 100%.
I mean, maybe even Missouri hasn't looked great.
No. They just have a huge factor that helps them.
The SEC is very top heavy.
Yes.
This year.
Yes. What about Arkansas though? They looked good when that quarterback came in.
They did.
They should have.
Is that everybody's thing when a quarterback comes in? We just play differently? Because I want that.
Yeah, I know, right? What's crazy is if that freaking tight end is looking for the ball, they have a chance. They have a chance to win it, a real chance to win it from the 3-yard line or whatever.
And Clemson almost got beat.
Yeah, Clemson. Yeah, that's not SEC though.
Yeah, sorry.
We're only talking SEC here, Landon. This is SEC country.
So yeah, that's all. I mean, Am I excited? I don't know.
I'm not. I'm just ready to be.
I'm ready to tailgate.
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Yeah. But at least we're going to this, like, I'm going to tell myself right now, I'm not going to say we have a chance going into that.
No, we don't.
I'm going to keep on saying that throughout the week, and hopefully I don't change my mind.
Saturday, I will be all vol. Just be ready for it.
Yeah.
All vol.
Because you get like, what if we win?
Yeah.
What if we
win,
do
man?
this? What if we do? I'm like,
we're going to Cool Beans.
Dude, we could win, you know? No.
It never happens, though.
No.
Recruiting news. So I think with Tennessee struggles, you're going to see them kind of offer some guys that, and you've already seen it, offer some guys they, weren't too high on, just because you're holding spots for those 5-stars you're going after. Yeah. But right now,
we saw 5-star Savell Smalls. He is staying at Washington. He announced that. I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before that. But that was one guy that you were hoping you maybe had a shot in the end. But it looks like he's staying home for now. Those guys, they want to be a contender.
Yeah.
And if they don't have any ties to you except that you're, they like your recruiting pitch, they have to see something on the field as well.
If you don't win, it ain't gonna work.
So, you're seeing them go after some different guys, especially in the Memphis area. The Memphis area is huge. I think there's 7 of the top 20 guys in the state that are from Memphis.
That's insane.
Yep.
I didn't realize Memphis football as a whole. I knew there were some good teams out of there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize as a whole it was that, talent heavy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially the 2020 class. So you saw Jeremy Pruitt and the staff kind of go throughout the state this week with the bye week and kind of do some recruiting. Their Friday night, Jeremy Pruitt and David Johnson, which I think he is the lead guy for Memphis. I mean, he's done a great job with, that area so far since he's been here. And so you saw him at Whitehaven. They have now offered the entire Whitehaven linebacker trio.
Is Whitehaven going to be the new Tennessee high school? Taking over from Marietta?
It could be. I mean, Bryson Eason has been on their list for a long time. You thought Arkansas was a favorite because his buddy Martavius French is currently committed there. They offered Martavius French, and then that night they offered Tamarion McDonald, which is an outside linebacker. He's currently committed to Mississippi State, so they offered him. And I feel like that's huge. Like as a high school player, getting the opportunity to go to the same school as your friends, that would be awesome.
Right. Hopefully they're offering the friends, not people who hate each other, and they're like, not going there.
Right. But I think Martavius French and Bryson Eason, that would be huge for them too, because they're also big friends with Amari Thomas at Briarcrest, so that would be ideal. I don't know. We'll kind of see. I don't really have, Martavius French, Tamarion McDonald. Those two guys are definitely on Tennessee's list now.
Right.
But I mean, if you want to put a good class together, you got to start with in-state.
Yeah.
I mean, you have some committed already. You could maybe get some more with Tyler Barron, Jay Hardy, those kids from Whitehaven, Amari Thomas. So that's a solid class. All those are 4-stars.
Yeah.
So if you
be big to get at least one of them.
Yeah. I mean, if you get, say you get, how many did I mention? 6. Say you get 4.
Yeah.
That's 4-stars that you didn't have.
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
I will not be complaining if you do that. If you're able to bring them on.
So we will see.
Absolutely.
But I think this staff is great at recruiting. That's obvious.
It's been nice that you haven't had an explosion after the way this season started.
Yeah.
It does encourage me. And you do have guys in this class, though, that are really trying to hold it together. First with Harrison Bailey, that have been committed from almost day one, and have also been kind of committed in getting guys here with them, because it's very obvious they understand what it's going to take to be successful. It's in terms of talent.
Yep.
So,
and I think Keyshawn Lawrence is in that same boat. Cooper Mays is another one.
Cooper Mays is the guy I was going to go with too. That's very obviously working to build a class as well around him. Not just worried about him. He's also worried about his team and taking care of them. So
yeah. Ooh.
crispy Dr. Pepper.
That's
right
at
there.
23 flavors, isn't it?
About to be 24 with my backwash in there.
Ooh. That's nasty.
That is nasty. But
Memphis,
it's also
baby.
true.
Memphis.
They ended up beating Navy on Thursday. I didn't watch the end of that game.
They did. Yeah, they did win.
Good for them. Good for the best team in the state.
Yeah, that's
But what did Vandy end up doing to NIU? I know
they lost. It was like 24-18.
We have a whole college football recap, and I realize that, but I'm just when these things pop in my head, I'm just going with it. Just going with it. We are going to preview the baseVOLS.
The baseVOLS.
Tony Vitello, year 3, got things going. This is a big year. I feel like because do you think they make the jump? I know what I'm most excited for is to see, what our hitting looks like because Tony Vitello's talked about it, and I feel like that was something we weren't to say we lacked it last year isn't fair, but I didn't feel like we had big time hitters.
Mm-hmm. We had very few, but I feel like the hitters we have, I feel like we only lost one power hitter, and that was Andre Lipsius, which was your number one home run hitter. But you also have Solari, you have Pete Durkee, Zach Daniels, Luke Lipsius, he's back from injury, the twin brother of Andre. Who else do you have? I'm trying to think. I already said Durkee. Trey Lipscomb, he hit a home run yesterday. He's a sophomore. So you have guys on this team that can hit home runs.
Right.
But yeah, there wasn't very many of them last year. You had to rely on, singles, doubles. Yeah. You had to rely on the small ball, and then when you got a home run, it was a big thing.
Absolutely, and it's not so much the guys that could hit the home run. It's like when we got into some jams and got into some, we're really trying to fight out of holes. I didn't feel like we had anybody who could step to the plate and just confidently get runners in, and I just didn't feel like we had that, and I think it showed in some tight games.
I think it struggled at the bottom of your lineup. The top of your lineup was definitely where it was at with Lipsius and Solari right there at the number 3 and 4 hitter. Mm-hmm. But yeah, after that it was definitely a struggle to get runs in, which they improved over the course of the season. Especially in big games, you had Ricky Martinez hit a home run, and against Florida, that was huge. Connor Pavoloni hit a grand slam, and I think the regional. I think against UNC Wilmington, he had a big home run to help us stay in that and move on. And we ended up losing to Chapel Hill, but yeah, it was still a big.
Well, you
had some big time moments, and I think those guys are going to improve this year. I think yesterday with that, they had an exhibition against Clemson, played 2 8-inning games, and won that. I think you won the first one 7-2, and then won the second one 3-0. And you had guys hit the ball.
Right.
You had 2 home runs. Zach Daniels is. I feel like he could be a great DH for us. He can also play some outfield. But they started 4 sophomores. 1 freshman. So I mean, there's some young guys, but I feel like the young guys are definitely talented.
That was what I was about to say. Is the good news is your young guys are talented. Mm-hmm. But I am curious to see this jump too. You had a 40-win season.
Yep.
The first time in I don't remember how long, 13 years though since you reached the regional.
Yeah, 2005. Since
you reached the regional and you got there last year, so. That's huge.
It had been their first postseason, I think, since 2005. No, that's not right.
Yeah, not first postseason because I think
because they made the SEC tournament a couple years ago. It had been like 5 years or something.
Right, and you were 1 game away from getting out of the regional too.
Yeah,
you took UNC all the way to the end and fought, and that's huge. Finished 3rd in the SEC East. The SEC East didn't. I'm trying to put together all the teams. I guess isn't over crazy stacked, but when you look at the SEC, it is crazy stacked. I mean, there's some, I guess the East, you got Florida, Vanderbilt.
Florida and Vandy are
South
the big
Carolina's
ones.
Always got a chance.
Yeah, they were down a little bit last year. I'm curious to see kind of how they. But
wasn't Kentucky supposed to be good, and they're not?
Kentucky had, I think, the number 1 overall pitching prospect.
Okay,
but Tennessee swept them.
Yeah,
They didn't want
Get the
no
brooms
smoke
out.
from us. Yeah, no smoke. But Tennessee's got some newcomers. They have a JUCO transfer pitcher, Jackson Rackers. He's 6'7", 245 pounds.
6'7", 245 pounds.
Pitcher.
Good God. I bet he can freaking sling it.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight behind a ball coming at you.
I'm excited to see that. And just being that tall on the mound, you're already higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
Just being on the mound that tall, and you're just like, good Lord. Where am I supposed to hit it? He can catch it.
Yeah, he's going to be like 7'3".
Yeah. They also have Jordan Beck. He was drafted by the Red Sox in the 14th round, opted to stay, and I think he's going to play outfield, different positions in there. He actually started yesterday. I think he started at center field yesterday. So, I mean, that doesn't mean much. It's just fall ball, but still,
Right.
from what I looked at it, it looked like our true starters, if I had to guess who they were.
Right.
Other than him, I mean, I didn't really know much about him, but he was in that group with everybody else. So him starting, and they're going to need some help at outfield. You know, we're going to get Justin Ammons on here in a second. They lost him. They lost Jay Charleston. So that was two big-time playmakers.
Right.
They lost to the MLB.
Did you get to watch the game, or were you just keeping up with it on your phone? Like,
I was just keeping up with it.
Okay, I didn't know if they like live streamed it or something. That's why.
No, I think they had it on the radio, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, I'm just curious.
And then another newcomer, Drew Gilbert, as a freshman pitcher. He was drafted by the Twins in the 35th round. He's a guy that we flipped from Oregon State, and everybody knows Oregon State is a big time. I mean, they would be like considered Alabama or Clemson of college baseball.
Right.
And so for us to steal him away, I think it's Tennessee's highest rated prospect they've ever gotten.
We talked about our football staff recruiting their butts off. Tony Vitello is also a dude who recruits his butt off.
Absolutely.
So.
I'm super excited. I mean, I'll go on record and say I think Tony Vitello is the best coach on Tennessee's campus.
Okay. I like it. I hope you're right. He's young. It's his first time.
Yeah.
I hope you're right. That's a hot take, but I like the.
And it's no disrespect to Rick Barnes, but from where the program was to where it is now, I feel like
and when you say where it was, that's 2 years ago. That's not 5 years ago.
Right.
That's 2 years ago where it was.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so yeah, the not only the turnaround period is impressive, it is, but also how quickly the turnaround happened is impressive.
Yep.
And we seem to be trending up too. That's
yeah. I mean, you have some stars on this team. You have Al Solari, who is All SEC, All American. You had pitcher Garrett Crochet, who could be a first round draft pick next year.
right.
I mean, that's where he's projected as right now. So we'll kind of see if he's. Apparently, yesterday he looked every bit of that first round hype.
I mean, it'll be a fun spring if this team is able to do what we think they're capable of. It'll be a fun spring.
Super excited. We'll see where Tony Vitello is at.
And a fun June too. It'll carry into that far if they can.
Yeah,
if they can live up.
It was fun. It was a lot more fun covering them last season than it ever has been.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Anything else for vol baseball? I know we're going to keep talking vol baseball, but anything else you want to talk about before we?
No, man.
Justin Ammons
I'm just excited. I'm excited for this. I'm ready to get to something where we are actually good at.
Oh, absolutely.
So basketball, baseball, they can't come soon enough for me.
Yeah, hopefully basketball too. We can just kind of hold.
We got Plavsic.
I feel like the wave. It's like at the wave pool, and like, I guess if you're not a short person, you don't understand this, but you're hanging out with your friends in the too deep event, and then the waves came on. Yeah. You gotta hang on for a few minutes. Next year, I feel like this year the vol basketball team may be a short guy in a wave pool. Just gotta hold on until the end of this wave.
Or just hold on to Plavsic.
Or hold on to he's 7 foot tall, baby. Just
and Tennessee baseball has Jackson Rackers at 6'7" on the mound, so he's basically our Plavsic for the
pretty much
baseball team.
Just hang on to him.
Yep.
Hang on to him. So we are going to get Justin Ammons on out of Memphis, Tennessee, played here for the Vols, now with the Bluejays organization.
Yeah.
So we're going to get him on real quick. Hang with us. It'll just be, let's say a minute. Let's say a minute and 23. Let's say that. We'll get you guys on the other end of this.
We're back live, and we have a special guest on today, former Vol, Justin Ammons.
Yep. How's it going?
Good, man. Good. So we'll get right into it. So you're with the Bluejays organization. So kind of tell us about that process and how that went for you.
Yeah. So pretty much, I was playing in the California Collegiate League, and then got an offer with the Bluejays, and flew me out to Tampa to sign. Got some work done in the GCL, the Florida Gulf Coast League, and pretty much from there went on to Bluefield Bluejays, which is in Bluefield, West Virginia, and just had a pretty good season out there. And so that's pretty much where I am right now.
Yeah, so you were called up on July 29th to the Bluefield Bluejays. You batted .382 in 25 games. So kind of what's that competition like as far as like you coming from the SEC to going and playing in the Advanced Rookie League?
Yeah. So that's one of the hardest questions I'm gonna have to answer. Is like the competition from SEC to Rookie Advanced. And the way I put it, I'd say all the pitchers have at least one pitch in Bluefield that they can throw for a strike. I've noticed in college, not really the SEC, but outside the SEC, a lot of teams, pitchers will struggle on spotting up fastballs and really have trouble with their off speed. But in professional ball, a lot of pitchers have one pitch they're really comfortable with.
Okay, well, cool. Well, so heading into this season, I know you'll probably have more of a full season next year with the Bluejays. Yeah. So, what are kind of your goals heading into next season? Where do you see yourself? Are you starting off with the Bluefield, and where do you see yourself heading?
Well, right now, just getting ready for spring training, and if spring training goes the way that I hope it will go, I'm trying to find myself in Lansing, Michigan, which is a A-ball full season team, and just start the groundwork from there and just see how far I can make it throughout next season.
Awesome. Well, so I noticed you had 11 doubles in that 25 game span, 39 hits, and stealing 12 bases. Is I know with you and Jay Charleston, that was kind of a big thing for you guys last season. Yeah. Was once you got on base, y'all are always looking to take that extra base. Is that something you kind of carried on to Bluefield?
Yeah, it is, because my freshman and sophomore year, I wasn't really a base stealer because I didn't really know how to steal bases. And then I started working with Josh Elander, very great coach at Tennessee, and he really got me into the mindset of stealing bases, on how to steal, him and Ross Kivett, when to steal bases and what pitches to steal on and what pitches to not steal on. And I just took pretty much everything I learned from him and just took it in the pro ball, which helped a lot.
Awesome. So you're at Tennessee before Tony Vitello took over. What kind of was that transition like?
Well, it was different. I've never been in an actual program where the head coach just became a full new program with a different set of head coaches. Right. But honestly, it went pretty smooth. Vitello came in, and he was pretty straight up day one, told us we need a lot of work, and he's going to be the guy to help us, and pretty much he did what he said he was going to do. Yeah,
so I remember in his press conference when he first took over, he was like, "I'm married to the game." So that standstill, he is actually married to the game. You can attest to that, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's for sure.
Well, you guys had a big year, 40 wins. You made the regionals in Chapel Hill. What was your expectations maybe going into last season, and and now that you look at where you guys finished?
Well, going into last season, I knew we were a lot better team than all the years I've been at Tennessee. But if you would have told me that we won 40 games and me in the regional championship against North Carolina, I wouldn't really believe it, honestly. But when it was all said and done, and the work we put in before the season, through the season, and the way we competed every game, like it was really fun just to be a part of it.
Yeah, I can attest that it was a lot fun. It was a lot of fun covering you guys last season, especially getting that postseason, clinching that. I think it was Ole Miss. I think was a big turning point in the season for you guys. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. So this season, you have to replace Stallings, Lingenfelter in the pen, Andrew Schultz, Jay Charleston in the outfield. Does Tennessee have the guys to do that?
Oh yeah, of course. If not, we have a lot more guys coming in. The times in the off season has passed recently. I've been around the team, just trying to get to know the guys, the new freshmen, the JUCOs coming in. I'm still trying to learn the names a little bit, but just watching the scrimmages is probably the best team I've seen at Tennessee since I've been here.
Yeah.
And proved himself against Clemson yesterday. I don't really know how good Clemson is this year, but they did what they were supposed to do. Had 2 games, won both of them, and look really strong. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and I know last season the home run ball was not as maybe it just wasn't there all the time like you maybe wanted it to, especially with other SEC teams. We had to play a lot more small ball. You had Jay Charleston, you as well, stealing bases and trying to take that extra base to put guys in scoring position. Do you think that improves this year?
What was the last question? What did you say?
Just about the power hitting. Do you think that improves this year?
Oh yeah. Especially with the staff you have, that's the biggest thing when Vitello came in. Is to get the guys who were on the small ball idea with the other staff to get more towards the SEC type level of play. And I mean that's what we work on. We get in the cage offensively, and I wouldn't say we're trying to hit home runs, but trying to do the most we can get out of our swings and do damage in our counts and our pitches. And with the recruits we got coming in, they already have kind of a feel of doing that from high school or JUCO or wherever they came from. And the younger guys after me, they're Vitello's recruits. So that's pretty much the way we're going right now. So it'll look good.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely a fun to see y'all in the postseason. I feel like baseball isn't as covered as much as basketball and football, but when y'all clinch the postseason and y'all are in Chapel Hill, I feel like this whole fan base kind of got behind you guys. So what was that experience like? That the regionals and then the SEC tournament, you guys hadn't experienced that before. So what was that like?
Yeah, that was one of my first time ever experiencing that. SEC tournament, it was wild seeing all the SEC teams there at one time, and those are people you've been preparing for, the whole all season and competing with throughout the season. And then now they put y'all all in one hotel, and it's just let's play. And just seeing those familiar faces that you don't really see before and interacting with them. And just the gameplay in the SEC tournament, all intense, and you see all the scouts there. And just getting that vibe of what the SEC really is. And with the regional tournament, that was a big difference too, because now not only are you playing the good SEC teams, you're playing teams that won their conference, and now they're playing SEC teams. So you really want to see how that matches up. I remember in the regional we played Liberty. We lost the first game, and that was kind of an eye opener how a small market, a small team like that has good enough talent to beat anybody. But I mean, it was really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So what was your favorite moment at UT? You talked about the postseason and losing to Liberty, and then turning that around and giving yourselves a chance to go further. Kind of what was your favorite moment while playing in Tennessee?
Honestly, being in the regional championship is North Carolina. Because at that time, I was like, whether we win or lose, this, for me personally, this is as far as we made it as a program. And I've been here when it was struggling, and to see it where we got now, playing actually against an ACC team at at North Carolina, and just seeing the vibe and the energy in the regional championship it was just exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Dixieland Delight, that is that the new tradition for you guys when you win a road game? Is that the new thing?
You're talking about the singing?
Yeah.
Well, no, it actually not. We've always been doing it. Just in the past, we haven't been able to do it that much. But yeah. But we have put a little bit of changes into the locker room, so it does get a little bit rowdy when we win now.
Awesome. Well, I did listen to a video of you and Evan Russell singing that song. So have you worked on maybe the pipe singing?
Oh, no, I have not.
No, you haven't. It's just strictly baseball.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, well, Justin, well, that's all we got. We appreciate you coming on. Wish you the best of luck, and we hope to do it again soon.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one, man.
You too.
Good balls.
And we are back. Great interview with Justin Ammons. Great job, Landon. You always do it. You always kill it.
I don't know about
Proud
that.
of you.
Appreciate
Proud of you.
Appreciate
Like a
it.
father.
Dude, I'm excited for baseball.
I would be no father like Tracy Raby, but a father.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, baseball. I'm ready. First off, it's gonna make me watch more professional baseball, which I've already tried to start watching more.
Yeah.
But if there's more VOLS in it, I'm definitely gonna watch more of it. Like I've never watched NBA Summer League in my life, but I watched it all summer.
Oh yeah, just because
Not all summer, but when it was on, I watched every minute I could. Because there's VOLS playing. So
yeah, I mean that's like I try to watch like every Saints game.
Yeah.
The Saints are in the Panthers division. I don't even like the Saints, but I'll watch every game because of AK. So yeah, I mean you get to know these guys, and then they go on and to their professional careers. You definitely want to keep up with them and keep tabs on them and see kind of what they're doing. So yeah,
100%. And but you were mainly talking about vol baseball. I am also excited for vol baseball and where that's going. And we just talked about we're trending upward after a great year, so it's exciting to see that.
Tony V, baby.
Tony V, married to the game. He's a good-looking dude. He can marry whoever he wanted, but he married baseball.
Yeah.
So, college football recap. Well, first off, let's talk about Penn State. Did you see Maryland's entrance on Friday night?
No.
And they had a massive turtle shell that they ran out of, and pyrotechnic show, and then just got obliterated in their own stadium.
59-0.
Terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
Dude, is Penn State that good?
I think Penn State's offense is that good. I think.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, they haven't played anybody though.
No, not really.
Idaho,
they played somebody
Buffalo,
close, though.
Pitt was
They played
17-10. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I don't think anybody beats Ohio State in the Big Ten.
this isn't college football, but every time I look up, the Bears has a tackle for a loss or a sack.
Oh yeah.
Every time I look up, it's
The
ridiculous.
Bears.
It's ridiculous.
I'm glad I got that defense. I was like, everybody was getting tight ends, backup quarterbacks. I'm like, I'm getting the Bears. I'm basically just drafted Khalil Mack.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. Arizona State and Cal. I know we kind of talked about this just because Cal was undefeated, number 15, and then goes and gets beat by Arizona State on a Friday night.
You're
at
out
12 in the dark.
You're out. I'm done with that.
You were already hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, I was like, dude, Cal might be that good. No, you're done. You lost to Herm Edwards. You're out.
Yeah. Then we talked about that Clemson UNC game. So did you get to watch it?
I did. What
was your take on the 2-point conversion? Did you like it? Did you not?
I didn't I think you had to go for it,
Think so?
but I didn't like the play call.
So was UNC like getting beat pretty much, and then just like that was their last ditch effort?
I mean, they played as good of a game as they could have. They weren't not the most talented team whatsoever.
My question is like they, from the looks of it, you knew there was no way they could go to overtime and win it.
Oh yeah, they would definitely get beaten overtime.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's why I asked, because I think it's someone was like, "What do you think about the calls?" I was like, I didn't get to watch it. I saw it was like a minute 11 left, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot of time. They can go down and just kick a field goal to win it. So that's my first knock, my first mark. Now, if I'm UNC, I know I'm less talented. If I feel like I've been outplaying them, I'll probably try to take that to overtime. If I don't feel like I'm outplaying them, then yeah, I go for 2 and try to finish the game there.
Yeah.
So it's just, depends. I didn't get to watch it, so I didn't have a good take on it. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, I definitely think you had to go for it. But Sam Howell, he's not a dual threat, really. So I don't get the running the triple option down there on the goal line. I just don't get that whatsoever.
Right.
I feel like you do get him out of the pocket, but you look to throw the football. There should have been some sort of option to pass.
See, I'm a big that's fair. I'm a big run it in the short down situations because I don't know.
Against that defense, though, you can't run the football.
I think I agree with you in terms of at least get them out of the pocket if they're going to throw it. Because my biggest thing about throwing it is like there's a lot of variables.
Oh,
to
yeah.
throw the football. So.
Yeah, I definitely think you simplify it and put him on one side of the field and see if he can make it. And if it's not there, then you try to run it.
Right.
But at least give yourself a chance. Which I don't feel like in that scenario it wasn't.
Right.
Because he would have had to break like 3 tackles to actually get in.
Yeah.
So. But great effort from UNC.
Right. Let's see. We've got Bama and Ole Miss. I'm trying to see if Bama covered Vegas. I don't think they covered Vegas, but I had a friend that gave me Bama at 21, and I took him up on that offer. So
nice.
Yeah, Bama at 21 against anybody, I'm probably taking.
Oh yeah.
At least nowadays.
Yeah.
Not
dude.
Lane Kiffin got there, but
Devontae Smith had 11 receptions, 274 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
That's so stupid. I'm trying to find this line. I can't find it. Because I don't know what it was.
I mean, they're basically like you get on Madden and put it on rookie mode, and like any play that you put up there could be a touchdown.
Right. Yeah, so Alabama at one point was a 34.5-point favorite. I don't know if that's how it finished on Saturday. So they didn't cover the Vegas spread, but they did cover the spread I was given. So if you give me 21 with Alabama, I'm taking that every day. Ohio State just absolutely demolished Nebraska. I mean, you knew it.
That was why did College Game Day go there?
Is that where they were at?
Yeah.
Was it in Nebraska too? In Lincoln?
Yeah.
Oh, first off, why would you ever go to Lincoln? Second off, yeah, I agree. 100%.
I just don't get the hype with Nebraska.
Right.
Have they beaten anybody? They lost to Colorado. They beat Illinois by 4 and Northern Illinois and Southern Alabama.
Why is the mainstream media not talking about firing Scott Frost?
Yeah.
They're only talking about Pruitt.
But he's a savior, dude.
He is. Absolutely.
That makes no sense to me.
So Mississippi State Auburn game. So I said it made me feel a little bit better about Mississippi State. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm the same way. It makes me feel a little bit better. I don't think their defense is that great.
Yeah.
I don't think their offense is that great. I think they're just like an average team.
They're better than us, but
yeah, they definitely are. But it's a winnable game.
Right. Absolutely.
If we improve. If we don't improve, no, it's not.
Northwestern. I was like, who did Wisconsin play? I did not write that very clearly. It's terrible handwriting. So Wisconsin, I mean, their running game is just filthy. It is just filthy. No one can stop it. No one in the Big Ten can stop it.
No. I mean, I think they'll get
enough up front.
They'll get beat by Ohio State.
If they don't do a good job of controlling the game, Ohio State will, without a doubt. If they can control the game, they've got a really, really good shot. Control the game on the offensive side of the ball.
Which I just don't. I will never understand why. Dude, I would put 9 people in the box against Wisconsin. I'd make their quarterback beat me.
I'm in agreement, but I guess.
And especially Ohio State, because they have like a SEC secondary. They have really good corners and DBs.
Right. So they,
so they could play man coverage
Right.
against a Wisconsin receiver. Also, like, who wants to go to Nebraska and Wisconsin that are out of state?
yeah, I do. I have no clue. Dude, Joe Flacco is elite. What an incredible bubble screen to get half yard.
Fake news. Oh, we would have definitely fumbled it.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. What about Notre Dame? I know we know they're like. First off, the fact that they hung with Georgia, I'm impressed with.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to hate on Notre Dame. I will be the first one to do it. But here you go. I'm gonna go out and say they're not. I'm not saying they're the real deal, but they're better than I thought they were.
Oh yeah.
And not, I mean
they're deserving of top 15.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be in. They're already out of the college football playoff.
Yeah. No, they're not making it in there, which is fair. That's not. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I was pretty critical of them early on. Now I'm like, they're looking better. And I know Virginia's nothing special. I don't know how they're number 18. That's incredible.
Right.
They have to drop out of the top 25 after this week. I know they got beat by number 10 opponent, but they barely beat Old Dominion.
Yeah, they're not that great.
No. Texas A&M, Arkansas. That was my favorite game this weekend so far.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Dude.
I loved watching Arkansas backup roll out there. It was a good game.
Oh, so what were we talking about last night? Oh, the 3 coaches who didn't play at the collegiate level that are Power 5 head coaches.
Yeah. I think I got one of them.
Yeah,
Tennessee had one of them at one point, by the way. But he's no longer in that category. But
yeah.
He did play collegiate football, didn't he?
Did he?
I thought that was like we had heard he did.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't even think Mike Leach is one of them.
Mike Leach is one of them. Because he was, we talked about this. I knew he was like in law school.
Yeah, Cutcliffe and Chad Morris.
That's it. Chad Morris looks like a football player.
Yeah, so
That's weird.
they were like, "Yeah, we have one in this game," and I was like, "What is it? It's not Jimbo. Jimbo played." I was like, "Chad Morris looks like decent at." He looked like he would have been decent at one point. Maybe he played in high school and just didn't play in college.
Yeah, I mean that's certainly possible.
Yeah,
he played college football at Ferris State University as a running back and wide receiver. According to
Butch
Wikipedia.
Jones.
Yeah, he probably made the Wikipedia page himself, but
yeah.
Whatever. We're about to get into our segments. We got most important and fail of the week. But before we do that, Landon's got to tell us about some more of our friends.
Yes, I do. So, guys, remember the days when you're always ready to go, you want to increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed? Listen up. BlueChew.com, that's blue like the color, brings you the first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, so you know it works. You can take them anytime, day or night, on a full or empty stomach, and since they are chewable, they work up twice as fast as a pill, so you can be ready whenever the opportunity arises. If you could benefit from extra function and more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. Most guys talk a good game, but Blue Chew helps you follow through. Blue Chew is prescribed online and shipped straight to your door in a discreet package, so no in-person doctor visits, no waiting in the pharmacy, and best of all, no more awkwardness. They're made in the US of A, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, they're cheaper than a pharmacy. Right now, you can get a special offer. Our listeners, you can get your first shipment for free using the special promo code ARMCHAIR. Just pay the $5 shipping. Again, that's blue, like the color. Promo code ARMCHAIR. Try it for free. They're the better, cheaper, faster, easier option. Guys, go check them out.
Go use them. Go use Blue Chew. It's the way to go.
You need it.
You definitely do. Most important of the week.
Most important.
I don't know if I have one, to be honest. I have some fails. Oh, I do have one most important. So, it's my main man. It's a Philly man.
Philly.
Okay, so the title of this article is A Philly Man. So, I heard this story. I don't know if it's true. I heard this story that newspapers and news stations in Florida are now... Was it you telling me this?
Yeah, so Raven was telling you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently they don't say a Florida man anymore?
Nope.
A state man?
State man.
That's funny. But anyways, a Philly man was saving babies from a burning building.
Nice.
I guess. I don't know. Is
like
Mr.
just
Deeds?
like in his spare time? Or he just
He,
did it once.
Ran
or-
across a burning building, and they're like,
Oh,
babies.
okay. So it wasn't like he's just like openly going to like fires and like
yeah,
trying to save.
he's
okay,
not like
okay.
fire searching. Or
Okay, he's not like Superman or anything
No,
like that.
no. And he was explaining to the news cameras what happened, and he was, I guess they were like having to toss him out of a window, and he was like, we was catching them unlike Aguilar. And just threw shade at him on, like off the cuff. Just we was catching them unlike Aguilar. Aguilar invited him to a game though, as his guest, so that's cool. He took it. He took it like he took it as a good sport. Yeah,
Interesting.
it was good.
I probably wouldn't
Have
invite
you
him
not seen
to
that
the game.
video?
I haven't.
We'll have to watch it when we get done here.
So my one is Mike Leach saying that his team is fat, dumb, happy, and entitled.
That's the most important.
I mean, I just think that's funny.
It is hilarious. I 100% agree. 100% agree.
Also, like, I don't even think that man, like, he just, like, talks.
Oh yeah,
He
does.
never answers, like, the exact question you're wanting. He just, like, well, you know, they're fat, dumb, and happy and entitled.
The whole interview was hilarious. I watched it. It was great.
Do you have any more?
No more most important. No. Gotta
So,
go with Phils.
I saw this today. A couple at the Bills game got married at halftime.
Oh, that's awesome.
Their first date was a Bills game in 2008. Jim Kelly actually gave away the bride, and Kyle Williams officiated the wedding.
I'm impressed they were able. Like, how did they get Jim Kelly out there for that?
How did they get like them to just do a ceremony at halftime? Was the band
I'm
not
sure they
playing?
had to- Let the band play. Nick. Yeah, that's strange to me. Who knows? Interesting. Any more most importance?
No, I do have a question.
Okay.
So you remember Thursday you had Derek Barnett and the Eagles play the Packers.
Yes.
Derek Barnett had the hit, the controversial hit on Williams.
Right.
Oh, my alarm is going off. That does not sound good.
You're gonna check it out, or you're just gonna assume nobody's breaking in?
Well, I'll read this thing first. It'll say NFL fans wants him out of the league for that hit on Williams. Thoughts? I'll let you answer that while you.
No, that's absolutely ridiculous. He probably should have been ejected by NFL rule. I mean, can't lower the crown of your helmet, and which I think he was trying to get him with this. Like, I don't think he was. For the safety reasons, I mean, I hope Derek Barnett wasn't trying to go for a hard, dirty hit or anything. It didn't look like it. If he did, he went by it innocently. The running back does duck his head. The people who say like he shouldn't have tried to make the tackle, that's just absurd. It's football. They hadn't blown the whistle yet. The man hadn't hit the ground. He should have tried to make the tackle. It didn't look dirty. I hope it wasn't dirty. I don't understand how he wasn't ejected, but kicked out of the league, okay. Vontaze Burfict just tried to decapitate a man today, and he's been in the league for a while and does that every week. Yeah. So that's absurd.
Yeah, I mean, he did go over there and apologize, which I think you have to do.
Yeah, no, I mean,
it definitely was not. It deserved a penalty.
yeah.
Could he have been ejected? Yeah, absolutely.
I don't understand how he wasn't. Right?
I don't know. I don't know what the ruling is anymore. I
What
have
is
no
targeting?
clue. Because if it's a Tennessee player, he
Ejected.
Yeah, definitely ejected for.
Something.
You remember the Alontae Taylor hit last year?
Yeah.
The quarterback was just like falling down, and he like went to tackle him, and their heads just like magically hit.
Yeah.
They're like out. I'm like, what? But yeah, that was like definitely
Helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet.
Darren
There was-
Burnett's head was down, led with the crown. I don't understand.
But I don't think Derek Barnett is a dirty player.
No.
Whatsoever.
I mean, he had how many instances of dirty plays he had?
Yeah.
I can't remember a single one. This one you could probably label as questionable. It just to me in slow motion, yeah, it looks dirty because it's in slow motion, but in real time it looks fine. It looks nasty. It looks like a bad collision. Again, don't understand how he wasn't ejected, but whatever. But yeah, no.
But it wasn't like the play had stopped.
Yeah, it wasn't like he was Cash Daniel twisting dude's ankle. In the ball.
No, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Fail of the week.
Fail of the week.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
So, do you remember this one from last year? Happy first day of fall, Vols. and this is the picture that UT Knoxville.
Yeah, it's all.
They did it again. They did it again. 2 years in a row.
I like it.
Good.
I mean, it's dumb on their part because I don't think they're trying to do it. But if they are trying to do it, it's hilarious.
It's the way they crop. Like, it's the way Twitter crops the picture.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't like. Let us post the full picture.
Well, when you click on it, it pulls up the full picture.
Right, but I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Facebook does it.
That's a
Facebook's
penis.
outdated.
That's a penis.
That is a penis. So my next one is this guy. He was like, he stopped for gas, only had $1.60 in change. So he's asking people outside the store if they had a little change to help him get gas. They said, and yep, LeBron James paid for $20 in gas. Holy shit, we met LeBron James on accident.
You did not meet LeBron James.
It was Kendrick Perkins.
Do you think Kendrick Perkins is like, yeah, I'm LeBron James? Because I feel like he did. I feel like he's like, yeah, my name's LeBron James. You probably heard of me.
They're like, LeBron. He's like,
yeah,
sure.
That's me.
Like, did you just see like a tall black guy and be like, oh, that's definitely LeBron James?
I sometimes do that just in case one day maybe it will be LeBron James. Like, I'm like, LeBron. Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe one day though.
But you don't take a picture with him saying it is LeBron.
No, I just yell that in hopes like they're like,
LeBron.
oh, that ain't LeBron. Okay, moving on. And maybe one day LeBron James will turn around.
Because he's the only guy in the world that has the name LeBron, right?
Surely.
It's
No, not the little weed baby from
yeah,
we're the Millers.
Yeah. LeBron. Oh, little French filler.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie.
My next fail is head coach Tim Chavis tweeted all caps, just got fired from SAU University today at 4:09 p.m. How does he know the exact? Like, he didn't even round up to 4:10, 4:15. He knows it was 4:09.
So I'm fired.
4:09.
4:09.
Yeah. Okay. Because my AD, George Williams, athletic director, we know what AD is, didn't want to take unless his name's athletic director. Like, his parents were like, we know what he wants him to be.
Yeah.
Didn't want to.
You can only be this one thing in life.
Right. Didn't want to take responsibility for him not doing his AD duties, but they needed an scapegoat because and then it's some Facebook link. I clicked on the Facebook link, it was gone. I couldn't find any like articles about it because there were articles that people wrote about it. Any articles that had the full Facebook rant. That would have been I bet that was a glorious rant.
Oh yeah.
A scapegoat.
The goat.
The scapegoat. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
4:09 p.m. Exactly. My AD, George Williams, athletic director. There's so much gold in 280 characters? So much gold in 280.
AD athletic director.
You can't make it up.
Gotta love it. My next one is the NCAA. They banned Georgia Tech from being in the 2020 NCAA tournament after their violations.
Is this a fail on Georgia Tech or on NCAA?
I mean, it could be both. It's definitely a fail on Georgia Tech for getting in that situation, but it's a fail on the NCAA because that literally does nothing.
No.
Because they're not going to make it to the tournament anyway.
Who is he arguing with? Why is he arguing? They just won.
Oh, Fournette was arguing with somebody?
Did it not look like it?
Yeah, it looks like somebody was holding him back. It's weird.
Jacksonville has some problems.
Hey, I like Josh Dobbs in that number 1 jersey, though.
Oh, I forgot he was playing for him.
I like that.
I like that.
I would like that. I want to get a Josh Lambo jersey so bad.
What celebration is that?
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew, baby.
Did you see Clemson's graphic?
No, I didn't.
For the North Carolina game? It looks like a 4th grader made it. Like, what?
Why are the sheep facing the Tigers? Like, wouldn't the sheep be running away?
Also, what is this right here?
That one's getting bit by a tiger, like, currently.
I was like, what? Who would post that?
Yeah, that's...
Like, you have a good football program. I could see if, like...
And why are the tigers shepherds? Shepherds are supposed to protect the herd, not kill them.
Yeah, they're supposed to protect the sheep.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, I was like,
You can use that for stupidity.
it says lead the way. Like,
yeah, like the Tigers are going to take the sheep
are they?
to
Yeah,
winning. They almost did.
yeah.
You
I
can
don't
use
know.
that for stupidity. You can overlap that. Fail
Yeah.
on the graphic part, stupidity for the words in it making 0 sense.
Yep. What about Woody Page? Like in our
Oh, that was cool, man. Friend of the pod. We're going to get him on.
yeah,
He said he was going to come on. Wink, wink.
made a error, but hey,
It's okay. It's okay.
He replied.
I got one more fail. It's Lester, I don't know how to say his name, Quinones from Memphis basketball.
okay.
So they did their, one fly, we all fly dunk, which I don't know if he understands that was a Tennessee. I don't think it's Memphis. Did they understand that was a Tennessee thing?
Well, like all of them are freshmen, so they probably have no clue. Like,
They did it, and they were acting like Tennessee fans. They were like, you all didn't originate it. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did. They're like,
we
everyone in the country's doing it. Because of us.
we started.
Because of the Tennessee basketball players.
Not a
But
good
anyways,
look.
so Grant Williams saw it and tweeted, "Energy is there, and I love it. But come on, guys, jumps have to be better. My God jumped after James dunked. Little bros always got room for improvement, and I'm glad they're using our hand-me-downs." Lester dude tweeted and said, "Jump during dunk, noted. But let's talk about something more important that drastically needs improvement. Grant Williams' jump shot. Grant Williams is in the NBA. His jump shot looked fine against Memphis.
Yeah, and it looked fine those 2 years he won SEC Player of the Year.
That was my
too.
next point. So, if you're going to come at the king, you best not miss. And you missed.
Yeah,
I don't want to
I get like shoot your shot, but like don't just like
be better than that.
don't send up a prayer.
Be better than that.
Yeah, that was bad.
Grant Williams' jump shot needs work. I mean, yeah, maybe if he wants to go from shooting 58% to 60%.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
That's all I got.
Poor Memphis guys. That's all I got, too.
Oh, Perry Ellis to complete his degree, and then join the staff at Kansas. So the dude who was there for 8 years
Yeah,
did
I
not
was about
finish
to-
his degree.
He was there forever.
I was like, good lord.
How did you not finish your degree? What
He's
were you
50.
doing?
Yeah, he's like literally 50 years old.
Yeah, who knows?
Gotta love it.
Guys, thank you all for listening. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, armchairmedianetwork.com, as well as several articles on armchairmedianetwork.com from our team of writers. They're doing a great job this football season. They'll continue into basketball, baseball, and next summer they'll be there. Another thing about this week, we're going to do our next episode on Tuesday night. Our buddy Brody is coming home from, I guess he's just technically coming home from base, but he was serving our country. So he's coming home on Wednesday. So we're going to go see him at some point.
We're
Maybe. We'll
probably
see.
gonna record like a heartfelt video, right? Of him coming home. Can we do something like that? Can we make it like a
Yeah, I mean, we can. I don't know what we'll do, but we can.
yeah?
But yeah, so we're going to go, I don't know what time he gets home or anything, but, and they live all the way out in Tellico, so we're going to probably have to drive to Tellico, so pray for us. That'll suck, but
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. So, or maybe, I don't know. Maybe we'll be here on Tuesday.
You said he's gonna kiss me on the mouth, so I don't know if that.
So Landon's probably not going to see him on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I'm not going.
Pretty weird. Thank you guys for listening. We appreciate it. Make sure you check us out Tuesday this week. Tuesday.
We're bringing the boat in, and we out.